guys, it's another Sunday and another video. My name's Marie and my channel's all about DIYs and makeovers. Few hauls here and there from the thrift store, and during the week, time permitting, I will do a vlog. But for now, let's jump straight into the video. I've got 5 great projects. I really hope that you like them. Let's jump right in. I paid $3 for this tray, and I do want to point out that there was a little bit of damage to this in the handle. So I just filled this with wood filler and then I sanded it back. I did sand the entire tray just so I could prep it. I then wiped it all down and then it was time to paint. This really is a fun project to do, but it is messy. You can see I have a tray underneath that catches all the dripping paint. But as you can see, I just keep turning it around and then placing my paint exactly where I wanted it to go. I wanted a mixture of the blue and the grey and the black and the white. I knew I was going to be painting the exterior black, so I just wanted it to gel all together and look really nice, and I'm really happy with it. And as I was turning it around, if the paint didn't go where I wanted it to go, I would use a little toothpick and I would kind of drag it down to make it go into a certain area. Yep, really enjoyed this. So the exterior black portion, I actually gave it 2 to 3 coats, and afterwards then I treated it with a matte finishing spray. So just a reminder, this was the before and this is the after. I did gift this to my friend and she sent me a picture and she's placed it on her coffee table. So I picked this vase up from the thrift store for $6. I loved the shape of it and I loved the size of it, so I knew what I thought I wanted to do with it. So let's just see how this pans out. So here I've mixed some baking soda and some chalk paint together just to give it some texture. Okay, so I finished painting this, but I decided I don't like it. I like the colour and I like the texture, however, I really can see this pattern quite distinctively. It stands out still quite a lot. I could put more texture on if I wanted, but I had an idea. So I went to Dollar Store, or Dollar Tree, should I say, and I bought some of this rope. It is, let me see how long this is each. So it's 6 for $8. I bought 6 of these, and we're going to glue this on all over just using hot glue gun, and then I'm going to do a paint effect on top of the rope. So let's see how this goes. At the end of the rope there is a plastic covering which helps it to stop fraying, but for this project I cut the ends off. Okay, so this is how far 6 pieces of rope took me. Remember, they were 6 for $8 each. So I'm going to measure this piece the height and I'm going to measure the circumference also, so it gives you an idea of how much rope you would need to buy for your own project. Again, I'm keeping all the seams at the back, so when I go around there's quite a bit of wastage, and I'm going to save these pieces for another project, so because this wouldn't fit another entire circle, so I have to cut just to keep my seam in a line. And remember, when you're working on this, keep looking to make sure that you're keeping this all straight so the entire project doesn't end up like leaning down. So I have to take a break on this project. I'm going to finish up my next project and then pop to Dollar Tree. Okay, now it's time to grab an old empty spray bottle and some instant coffee. I used about 3 heaped tablespoons of coffee and about a cup of hot water. Okay, now it's time to take the project outside. So I pretty much did use the entire cup of coffee on this project, and of course if you want it darker, give it 2 or 3 coats, but this was the perfect colour for my room. And just a reminder, this was the before and this is the after. Okay, this was a little thrift shop find, perfect size for my project, and I love the shape of this. And sometimes a makeover can be as easy as just giving it a quick paint. Okay, so here's my next project. I am going to be painting a watercolor to fit inside this frame. I bought this from the thrift store for $1.50. I do actually like this picture, but it doesn't fit in with the theme of the bedroom, so I'm going to paint a watercolor. If you want to try your hand at watercolor painting, you want to pick up one of these sketchbooks. Now the paper for watercolor has a texture to it, and I don't know if this camera can pick it up, but it's very slightly textured and it's quite thick. It's more like a card. So you want to pick up one of those sketchbooks. You can either pick up watercolor paints or watercolor pencils. Let me measure it, make sure that my painting will fit inside. So I go to take the back off and I'm like, wait a minute, which is the painting? This is the painting that I saw, but directly behind it was this one. So as you can see, there's already a lot of colour on this jug. So I needed to do 2 coats of chalk paint. So as you can see, there are kind of some grooves on the jug that I needed to cover up. So I mixed up a batch of baking soda and chalk paint, and I ended up doing 2 coats of this textured paint. These 2 paints I picked up from the Dollar Tree. So here I'm using one of my older paintbrushes. It's really thick bristles, and it's really great for flicking the paint onto the jug. And again, here's the before. And here's the after. What did you think? I love these projects. They're so simple, and I really do think anyone can do these. Just with a few supplies, you can knock out a really cool project like this. If you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit that first magic 100. We're at 68 as of today. But more importantly, I just want to say thank you for taking the time for watching this video. And guys, I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.